Hi all. In this video, we will be discussing about an interview question in SQL. And the question is how to display the quartile values. So quartile values means first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. First quartile represents the 25th percentile. Second quartile represents the 50th percentile, which is nothing but median. Whereas third quartile represents the 75th percentile. For this, we'll be using the country table, which is present in world database. Now, as you can see, I have already executed a select query, and this is the result. So these are the columns that we have in this country table. Now, based on this scenario, let's say if I want to show for each continent, what are the quartile values of GNP? Let's say for Asia, what is the first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile value of GNP? For Europe, what is the first quartile, second quartile, third quartile value of GNP? Likewise, for each continent, I need to show the quartile values. And along with that, I need to show the country name also. Which country that particular quartile value belongs to. So for this particular scenario, first what we need to do is we need to find out the number of records in each continent. Now, why are we finding the number of records in each continent? As you can see, we want to show continent column, name column, along with the GNP values based on the quartiles. Now, there is a hierarchical relationship between continent and name. And we wanted to find out the quartile values of GNP with respect to continent, not with respect to name. So here name I am referring to the country because the column name over here for country is name. So since we want to find out the GNP values with respect to continent, and we know that continent is the upper hierarchy and name is the lower hierarchy. So for that reason, we are trying to find out the number of records in each continent. So for that, I will be writing select continent, comma name, because I want to show the country name also along with that GNP values and the number of records in each continent. So for that, I'll be using count star over partition by continent. Now here we are using this aggregate function in the form of a window function because I wanted to show the number of records with respect to the upper hierarchy. So wherever you want to show any measures or any other calculations with respect to the upper hierarchy, then we have to take the help of window function. So for that reason, we have used the window function. And I will give the name as, let's say, number of records from world.country. If I execute it, you will see that in each continent, you will have the number of records. So for Asia, it is 51. For Europe, it is 46. Then for North America, it is 37. For Africa, it is 58. For Oceania, it is 28. For Antarctica, it is 5. And for South America, it is 40. So for each continent, it is showing us the number of records. Now, the second step that we need to do is we need to arrange GNP in ascending order for each continent. And we need to show the row numbers. So after arranging the GNPs in ascending order for each continent, we need to show the row numbers for each continent. So for that, I'll be creating another column. And here also I'll be using the window function. And the window function that I'll be using is the row underscore number over partition by continent, because we need to show the row numbers with respect to continent, with respect to each continent. So that's why partition by continent. And this is the upper hierarchy. So for that reason, we are using the window function. And along with that, we need to arrange the GNP in ascending order. So I'm using the order by keyword as well, order by GNP ASC. And I will give the name as row num, this row number. Let's execute it. As you can see, for Asia, the GNP values are arranged in ascending order, and these are the corresponding row numbers. So that means the one which is having the lowest GNP will have row number as 1, and the one which is having the highest GNP will have the GNP or the row number value as the highest number. If you can see, for Asia, we have 51 records. So the one which is having the highest GNP will have the row number as 51. So that is the highest row number. Similarly, for Europe, again, it is showing as row number 1 till the last row number. And the last row number has the highest GNP value. This is the one. So now we got the number of records from each continent as well as the row numbers from each continent. after arranging the GNP in ascending order. Now we need to find out the quartile values. Okay. So we know, let's say if we have 100 records, for example, if I have total of 100 records, and if I want to know the 25th percentile value. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to arrange the records in ascending order. So for that reason, we are arranging the GNP in ascending order, because to find out the percentile values, we need to first arrange those records in ascending order. So after arranging those 100 records in ascending order, now I want to know what is the first quartile value. So I know that first quartile is 25th percentile. So it will be 0.25 multiplied by number of records. So here the number of records is 100. So that will be the 25th record. Then if I want to know the 50th percentile record, then it will be 0.50 multiplied by number of records. So in other words, it will be the 50th record. And similarly for 70th percentile, it will be 0.75 multiplied by number of records. That will give me the 75th record. So in this way, we can get the percentile values. So over here also, we'll try to find out. So for that, what we'll do is we'll store the result of this particular query in a temp table. Now, why are we creating this temporary table or temp table? The reason is I want to apply condition on this row number, which is a column created from window function. Now we know whenever we apply a condition on a column which is created from window function, first we need to store the result of that query in a temporary table, and then we have to apply the condition. So for that reason, we are creating the temporary table over here. And on top of that, I will write select star from this stored in temp table, then where row num in, because I need to find out for these 3 quartiles. So I have to pass multiple records. Round function 0.25 multiplied by number of records. Now why I'm using round function? Because I need to show it as an integer number. So for that reason, I'm not passing the second argument in round function. So it will show it as an integer. Similarly, to show for the 50th percentile or for the second quartile, it will be round of 0.50 multiplied by number of records. And to show for the third quartile, it will be round of 0.75, that is 70th percentile, multiplied by number of records. So we have to be careful in giving the round function. So don't pass the second argument, because we want to store the values as an integer number. That's why we are not passing the second argument. Let's execute it. As you can see, for each continent, it is giving us the quartile values of GNP. So this is the first quartile, which is 25th percentile. This is the second quartile, it is the median value or 50th percentile, and this is the third quartile, which is nothing but the 75th percentile. And these are the row numbers in which the first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile remains. Similarly, for Europe also we have this 3 records based on first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. North America, Africa, Oceania, Antarctica, and South America. So in this way, we can show the first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile values of GNP for each continent along with the corresponding country name. So we can say that in Asia, the 25th percentile value of GNP is being held by Cambodia. The 50th percentile value of GNP is being held by Sri Lanka. The 75th percentile value of GNP is being held by Indonesia. So in this way, we can also get the country names which holds that particular percentile value. So that's it from this video. Thanks everyone.